Okay. All right. We're here. It's Monday. It's Monday, October 16th. Taxes are due in the state of California. They were pushed back. Oh, I have a staging issue. I want to make the background look good. Don't even know if you can hear me talking that far away. How's everybody doing? Did you have a good weekend? Are you here for the apocalypse? So we'll see how long the stream is today. I have some various things. There's a terror attack in Brussels, allegedly. So that's like really breaking news. So I'll tell you what's going on with that. There's apparently somebody shot dead, 2 Swedish people in Brussels today. And this has been reported in the last hour. So welcome to the chat. I'll play some music to get us started. This is a chill stream. I have a long clip from presidential candidate RFK Jr. talking about the what they're calling the Israel-Hamas situation. So I can play that. We have 3 presidential candidates. Maybe I'll run a poll. I think I will. I'll run a poll for who you would vote for. So yeah, we have a terrorist attack. First one. I figured these were coming. I used to think all of these were not real, these terror attacks. And that's probably what a lot of people still think. But I couldn't say that anymore. So I had to change my opinion to fit in on YouTube. So that's what we do. We just change our opinion to go. So the vaccine, we said some stuff early. Oh no, I shouldn't even say the word. We said some stuff early on about that based on news stories, but trust the government, trust the pharmaceutical companies and what they tell you. And least of all, trust this, your brain. That's what they want. They want you to trust them. They want you to trust them. So let me tell you about this news. I'm from Brussels and I'll follow it. Let's see. Brussels shooting. Suspect at large. So here's what it says. 2 people have been shot dead in the Belgian capital, Brussels, on Monday evening, police have said. Belgium's prime minister later confirmed the victims were Swedish. Brussels has increased its terror threat to the highest level. The Belgium-Sweden Euro 2024 qualifier football match being played in the city has been abandoned, UEFA said. The gunman fled the scene and is still at large. Prosecutors are saying they're treating the shooting as terrorism. A video posted on social media showed an Arabic-speaking man claiming he carried out the attack in the name of God. The man in the clip added that he killed 3 people. The federal prosecutor's office has confirmed it has seen the video, but cannot confirm this is the gunman. So I'll show you that. The video and other footage of the attack is being verified by the police. Other footage of the attack. So they've released some footage, if you want to see it, from the Hamas invasion, which the IDF released because they said it showed that they killed innocent people. So I don't like seeing that stuff, and I don't know actually if I can play it for you without restricting the content to 18 plus. They're probably showing it on the news, huh? I mean, the IDF released footage. I don't even know if I have it. I'll read you more. The video and other footage of the attack is being verified by police. Federal prosecutors in Belgium have since told the AFP news agency that a terrorism probe has been opened following the shooting on Boulevard de Pré. A social media video shared by newspaper Het Laatste News on Monday, but not verified by BBC News, showed a man wearing a fluorescent jacket get off a scooter armed with what appears to be an assault-style rifle before entering a nearby glass-fronted building. He appears to then shoot at least 1 person. So I haven't seen that video, nor do I necessarily want to. But that's the breaking news. And then I have about 10 minutes of RFK Jr. I can play for you where he says how he feels about the Israel-Palestine situation. I don't know, he could be called a Zionist the way he thinks. So I was going to run a poll. Let's see. Let's see if I can run a poll. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Ask a question. For President RFK Trump, RFK Jr., add option. Of course, I'll add Biden. Those are the three that are running. Oh, thanks for tuning into the show. I really appreciate you guys. Got 43 people tuned in already. That's not bad. I've been in some dark places. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I have explored the darkest corners of my mind. I am blessed to be here and blessed to have people that tune in still. So I appreciate you guys. LPS Stacy says there are so many wars going on, I can't keep track. I know. Yellen said we can fund 2 wars. I'll have to have that clip for you. I'll play the intro. Thanks for tuning in. We'll cover what's going on. Oh wow, there's all this breaking news. I better play the intro for you. That's under brand. I pause that. Okay, cue musical intro. Boy, that's brilliant. I do think some things in the world are real. Like you guys. You guys are real. Most of you. Most of my listeners, I think, are not just in my head. I think I have the metrics to prove it. You've taken a leap of faith today. What is that sound? And I apologize if you take offense. I'm a little offended myself. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the future. What it is, joining you live from sunny California. It's a beautiful day today. I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman. And I bring you the news, the real news. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, lots of stuff coming through the news cycles here. There's something coming on. There's something coming through right now about Iran making a statement that the attack was postponed by a flood, by heavy rains, which is only weird because they called the action taken by Hamas, the terrorist attack, they called that the Al-Aqsa flood. And then there was flooding that delayed the invasion. I think if I had to mind read, I would say Israel is delaying because they don't have full international support and they want to be clear what their opposition is going to be if they go through and just start killing everybody. But Janet Yellen, yeah, she said we certainly can afford 2 wars. We can't actually afford anything, is the truth. We don't have any money left. Really. We're kind of broke. We're 33 trillion in debt, but it's more than that. We're adding to the US debt almost $1 trillion a month. It might end up being $1 trillion this month. And we already will have to pay $1 trillion from our budget just for interest payments on the debt. And then when we have to pay the debt back, we don't know if anybody will want to buy our new debt. So we're screwed. But Janet Yellen doesn't understand anything about economics, I don't think. It's just this headline. We can certainly afford 2 wars. So that would be the war in Russia, Ukraine, and the war now between Israel and Hamas. But it's really kind of a war against the Palestinian people. There's a guy. Oh, I have different clips. We have dancing Israelis, not in reference to the dance. It's kind of like the dancing, not the 9/11 dancing Israelis, but new dancing Israelis. I'll show you that. Dancing Israeli IDF soldiers. So it's come to something.
עד הדלת, אני פלייר, זה בסדר, כי זה מה שהיא אוהבת. יכולה לסמוך עליי? לא יכולה לסמוך עליך. יכולה לסמוך עליי? לא יכולה לסמוך עליך. עד הדלת, אני פלייר, זה בסדר, כי זה מה שהיא אוהבת. יכולה לסמוך...
I don't know what any of it means, but they brought out their hot IDF soldiers dressed in their kind of flattering uniforms, really. I feel like. So that's the state we are at now. So there's that. There's the breaking news from Brussels. There's news today also of a Bitcoin ETF being approved, and the price of Bitcoin went up quite a bit. It's up over 5% today to around 28.5 or so. So yeah, that's a big deal when that happens. And I'm wearing our Bitcoin shirt. And if you want to support the show, we have t-shirts in stock, which will never, ever be reordered again. So don't be the person, most likely, unless something magical happens. We have shirts in stock. This one says Bitcoin Saves on the back. I'll show you the back. Can you see it? So this shirt's available. That's all available at truthclothing.io. That's our website. That's a great way to support the show because we have shirts we have to move. I'll run that banner. Ryan James says, oh boy, oy vey, I'm in lust. Censored Mom says, I broke it off with my Jewish boyfriend. That's too bad. You couldn't take it anymore, huh? It's not. See, I don't even know about going live and talking about this stuff because they really try to cancel you if you're on the wrong side. Now, when I say they, it's people who are sympathetic to Israel, mostly Jewish, but not entirely. But like there's news today that Lex Wexner or the Wexner group, who's connected to Epstein, of course, cut off their relationship with Harvard University. They're really mad at Harvard for not coming out strongly enough against the terror attacks. But they're mad at almost everybody who doesn't take the Zionist position or the position that you have to wipe everybody out, including civilians. Let's see what I should play for you. We had the thing in Brussels. I told you the thing about the Bitcoin ETF. That's actually big news. I gotta play some music. I have a long clip from RFK Jr. too. So let me check most people say Trump. And it's gotten 31 votes. And then some people actually say Biden. Really? I'm surprised that anybody would say that. So I have 31 votes, 6%, at least 2 people in the chat. That's surprising. We have a very diverse crew of people here. Okay, I'm going to play. I'll play that clip from Kennedy Jr., okay? Well, let me tell you this first. There's a report here that Iran's foreign minister Abdullahian warns of potential preemptive action by Iran and its allies in the coming hours in the region to counter Israel's attacks on Gaza. This is a serious statement that signals a real possibility of Iran and or Hezbollah joining the war against Israel. So I'll play it. But it's not going to be in English.
آقای سید حسن نصرالله ضمن اینکه
Okay.
تبیین کردن شرایط
See, I wish everybody just spoke English. I have more foreigners. So that's news. Apparent. I just have to believe them that that's what he said, since I don't understand his language. We already had the girls dance into something we didn't understand. Let me play you the clip from RFK Jr. Let's do that. Kennedy Jr.'s position on the Israel-Palestine conflict and his thoughts on Hamas. Let's play this.
My position, first of all, my position, I'm not, I wouldn't describe myself, I'm anti-war. Everybody's anti-war. But there's wars that are not wars of choice.
Right.
And those kind of wars are like World War II. We were attacked at Pearl Harbor, and we need to respond. The Ukraine war is a war of choice. We shouldn't be in it. And we look for wars of choice. What's happening in Israel is not a war of choice. Oh, I support Israel, and I'll tell you why. Israel is our oldest partner for 75 years. It's been our lead partner. It is critical to American national security in the Mideast. It's the only democracy in the Mideast.
Is it our oldest partner? We've been partners with some other countries too, like France, who helped us out in the Revolutionary War, which was at least 240 years ago, I believe. So, and we're partners with other places too. Why is it always Israel? How is Israel our number one ally? What do they, what's in it for us, I guess, is what I wonder. But you see what happens. You see what happens when you go the other way. They call you an anti-Semite. I just feel fortunate, like I'm not well known. So I don't have the attacks coming at me, but I don't even want to get on the wrong side of the wrong people, because I've been there before and it's just not comfortable. They'll try to make your life very uncomfortable if you say the wrong things. And so, first of all, I don't believe the wrong things, but second of all, I don't. Who needs people coming after you? And that's what I see on Twitter from people who say the wrong thing, is they're getting attacked by, maybe Zionists and stuff. I'm not using that word as a pejorative, but people who believe that the Palestinian land was ordained probably to the Jews, or they have the right to, kill civilians for whatever reason, and to do siege warfare too. But that's the side Kennedy's on. Kennedy's on the side of the Zionists, basically, and kind of gives like the long testimony version of it.
And it has served a purpose for it. It's like almost like an aircraft carrier in the Mideast for us. The alliance is so close. Is completely surrounded by nations that are not only hostile to Israel, but a lot of them are hostile to the United States. The biggest oil producers in the world, Iran, which is in league with China. And in league, Iran now controls Venezuela. Hezbollah is in Venezuela. The Iranian fleet is in Venezuela. If Israel disappears, which is the ambition of Iran, the ambition of Hamas, we would lose our beachhead in the Mideast. And who would fill that? China. And China would control all the oil, 90% of the oil of the world. That would be a real threat to America's national security. Well, that's one of the reasons. I would say this also. There's a moral case for Israel. Israel's the only country in that part of the world that's a democracy. It's the only country where there's freedom of press, where there's freedom of worship. Palestinians vote in Israel. They hold political office. They serve on the Supreme Court and all the other courts. And that's not true of Jews in the West Bank or Gaza. In fact, or Christians, or in any of the other surrounding nations. It's the only place where there's that kind of freedom. And Israel has unmatched freedom for women. In Saudi Arabia, you go to a woman.
Okay, you get it. He's on the side of Israel. No matter who you choose, you're going to be voting for someone who wants to do their best to support Israel. And there's a lot of lobbying money and donor support. You know, no matter what people say, Jewish people disproportionately occupy the Forbes 500 list. For example, there are a bunch of Jewish people. And I don't know if they're secular or observant or whatever. It doesn't matter. I guess they're just classified that way. But there are a bunch of them in the billionaire class. They're statistically overrepresented. So, and I'm not saying there's a conspiracy behind that. I'm just saying that's the truth. There are rich people who are identified as being Jewish and generally more sympathetic to the cause of Israel and made maybe the greater Israel project. So anyway, he's on board with that. I'll read you the results of the poll. Let's see. 57% Trump, 30% RFK Jr., 13% Biden. Wow, that 13% Biden, I can't believe it. So there you go. That's Kennedy a little bit on that. Okay, let's see what else we have. This is the video of the guy, but he's speaking another language, so I have no idea what he's saying. Apparently, here, let's see here. This is the video of the guy in Belgium. Let me play that for you.
بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. الحمد لله عبد السلام الجيلاني مفتاح الأسود مجاهد في سبيل الله في الدولة الإسلامية حب من حب وكره من كره. نحن نعيش من أجل ديننا ونموت من أجل ديننا.
No idea what he's saying. All right. Let's see. Trending is massive Bitcoin. I mentioned that. Big Bitcoin pump today. But it's still under 30K. So that's something that's a long-term investment like gold and silver, which we recommend to you guys. The US dollar is kind of going to be screwed, especially with these wars and stuff. UK Prime Minister calling for 14 years behind bars if you support Hamas. I tweeted out that I support Hummus. And that was like my most popular tweet in a long time. So I don't know if all the people who follow me are some kind of anti-something. Here, let me see this.
You were asked by one of the children just now, where is the line between protesting for Palestinians and supporting Hamas? It's a great question. What's your answer?
Well, Hamas is a prescribed terrorist organization. It's very clear under the law that support and glorification of Hamas is illegal. And those offenses are punishable with up to almost 14 years in jail. The police have that guidance. They know that. That's why I met with them specifically last week in advance of this weekend protest to make sure they were crystal clear about what's okay and what's not okay. But it's not just about Hamas. More broadly, actions that incite violence or stir up religious hatred and racial violence are also not acceptable. And that's why, as I said, there's no place in our society for that type of hatred and division, and it will be met with the full force of the law where it happens.
So there you go. You can actually go to jail for supporting Hamas. That'd be like supporting ISIS. There's let me see if I can play. There was violence here. Laura Loomer and others are trying to say that there's more terrorist violence, and that may be something that happened here in America already was terrorism with a vehicle, she was calling out. But the first casualty is this kid who is apparently stabbed by his old-looking, and we assume Jewish neighbor who came in and attacked. So I'll play that news story for you.
6-year-old Wadea Al-Fumi will be buried this afternoon after being killed in an apparent hate crime this weekend in Plainfield. This is one of the last pictures taken of the boy who celebrated his birthday a couple of weeks ago. He was stabbed 26 times, his mother stabbed 12 times, and remains in the hospital. Will County investigators say they were attacked by their landlord in their home on Saturday morning. 71-year-old Joseph Suba now charged with first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and 2 counts of committing a hate crime. The boy's father was too shaken to speak, but he was joined by Muslim faith leaders who say this alleged hate crime is every Palestinian American's biggest fear as the war rages in the Middle East.
He knocked on the door and that he attempted to choke her and said, "You Muslims must die." He was a lovely boy who loved his family, his friends. He loved soccer. He loved basketball. And he paid the price for the atmosphere of hate.
The family says the boy's 32-year-old mother left the West Bank to come to the U.S. 12 years ago in hopes of avoiding the violence that continues today overseas. Meanwhile, the suspect is being held at the Will County Adult Detention Facility. He will be in court later on.
There you go. So there's some violence. Where someone apparently in the name of what was going on over there did that. So we have stuff is like ramping up, this end time sort of stuff. Let's see if there's what the latest is from Belgium. That's the breaking news. And he pledged allegiance to ISIS, apparently. He fired his AK-47, says end wokeness. Gosh. This news, man, is so depressing. Let's see. The news about Bitcoin is good. This is somebody explaining what it's like being Jewish and visiting Israel. This is going to be but just playing it could be regarded as anti-Semitic. But this is a Jewish person talking about what it's like in Israel. I'll share that with you. Pretty sure I can play that safely.
You want me to support Israel? My Israel? Fuck no, never. Absolutely not. Ew, disgusting. Israel. We're talking about the same Israel? My Israel? It's my Israel, by the way. It's mine. I own it. You see, it's my birthright. For those of you who don't know, because I was born a Jewish man, I own the land of Palestine and Israel. It is my fucking blood right. That's not me saying that. That's the state of Israel, by the way. They told me, hey, man, because you're technically a Jew, Israel's yours. It's always been yours. Come on down. Come see the homeland. This is me being a dick. This is the state of Israel literally saying this to me. If you are a Jewish person, they offer you what's called birthright. Birthright. The opportunity to come to Israel for free on the Israeli dime and see Israel. It's a timeshare pitch. It's a fucking timeshare pitch. They want you to come see the city, dance in Tel Aviv, eat some kebabs, kick some Palestinians out of their homes, and then they'll try and get you to move there. And they'll do it like this pitch, like it's family, it's unity, it's an Israeli homeland. Nah, guys, it's an apartheid state. It's the greatest shame of the Jewish people. It's disgusting. You want me to condemn terrorists? Easy. I condemn the state of Israel and I condemn.
All right, there you go. So that's his point of view on it. That's a Jewish person. So you're supposed to be able to play that. That's a Jewish person on their opinion on the state of Israel. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to wrap up for today. I'm just, I think I went through everything that's in the news and I don't have the capacity to cover this Belgium coverage, but I'll keep an eye on it. Okay. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Sorry, it's a short one today. If you want to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. You can go to truthclothing.io, pick up some shirts. Sorry, it's a short show. I'm not feeling it as much today. So thanks everybody though for tuning in, and I will see you at the next one. Okay. For now, that's what it is.